Hello, I'm Phoenix. I use they, them pronouns.
And I'm Eve. I use any pronouns.
And we're back with Book Club. It is
Oh my
2026. This is season 4 of Hearth and Tome.
Do you feel old yet?
I feel ancient.
Yeah. This scared the crap out of me when you said season 4.
Yeah, it scared the crap out of me when I realised that it was season 4.
What the hell?
Yeah. So yeah, we're back. And this month we are talking about A Desolation Called Peace by Arkady Martine. It is the sequel to A Memory Called Empire, which we read last year and loved.
Loved. So good.
And now we've read this one. How did you feel about this book, Eve?
I liked it. See, I wasn't as big a fan of it as the first book. I think as a sequel, it didn't have the plot I wish it did, because I think that the first book was so kind of perfect.
I think
this one was just a little bit.
It was an incredibly difficult job.
Oh, to follow it up, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you would have followed up if not with this. So, in a way, it was a really good sequel, but also not the sequel I was hoping for at the same time.
I can see that, yeah. I really enjoyed it, but I would agree that it's definitely not. But then I went in knowing it wasn't going to be. Do you know what I mean? I went in with the assumption that it was not going to be on par, because it couldn't possibly be. Because how the fuck would you?
So much fun with the first book, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
While this one still had the elements that made the last book fun, it was just.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I read the blurb?
Absolutely, go for it.
So first, let's just do a quick catch up of book 1, right? Of like So book 1, we have our main character Mahit, whose surname I'm not going to try and say.
Mahit Desmari? No?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Mahit is the newly appointed ambassador from a small space station called Lascelles Station to this great big space empire of Taex Kalan. Okay. Yeah. Her predecessor has not been seen by the inhabitants of Lascelles Station for like 15 years or something like that. And has they don't know what's happened. They just know that Taex Kalan sent a request for a new ambassador. And so they are sending a new ambassador. Important bit of context here is that Lascelles Station has this technology that they call imago machines, where they upload all of their like memories and experiences to this machine, and then whoever succeeds that person in their job basically like gets those memories and experiences like plugged into them, and then can access all of their predecessors like way down a line of people who've been doing the same job as them. And it's their way of like storing and saving and protecting experience that is valuable, because Lascelles Station is very, very small. And it means that they're not relying on people having to pass down all this information, because they just have to do their uploads every now and then.
Yeah. I think we got a specific number in this book for how many there actually was, and it was minuscule. Yeah.
There's not many imago lines.
Yeah. No.
And also... because I think it was like, was it 14 or 16 generations, I think?
Yeah.
It was somewhere around there of since they first started doing the imagos. And so some of the older imago lines have that many people going back.
Yeah.
Mahit's predecessor is Iskander. He was the first ambassador to Taex Kalan.
Indeed.
So her imago is him. But it's him from 15 years ago, because he hasn't been back and updated his imago machine. So
he hasn't uploaded.
She has a version of Iskander who I think had been ambassador for like a few years.
Yes.
And so it's obviously massively out of date. But there's nothing they can do about that.
No.
She finds that Iskander is dead. And she she rescues his Imago machine from his body, in the hopes that, she could do something with it, and because the Imagos are like protected technology,
yes,
the Empire, as far as she's aware, does not know they exist.
Yes.
Then there's a bunch of political maneuvering and machinations that she gets caught up in. And she discovers that her predecessor had been sleeping with the Emperor and also the Emperor's like top aide.
Man. Scandalous.
I know. And that said top aide, 19 ads, had basically allowed Iskander to be killed for reasons, because Iskander had told the Emperor about the Imago machines and had promised him one, so that the Emperor could, because he sort of basically thought it could make him immortal.
So, because he wanted to implant it into his 90% identical clone.
Yes.
Who?
Indeed. 8 Antidote.
Is a babe.
Yeah. Who, at the time of the first book, is like 10?
10 years old, yeah.
Yeah. So she gets caught up in all these like political machinations and is trying to prevent the Empire from conquering and taking over Lacelle Station.
Yep.
And the way she discovers to do this is that she finds out that the station know about some aliens from beyond known space who have been like encroaching, and she figures this is the perfect opportunity. We can get the Empire to fight those guys, and in return they leave us alone, and then we've saved them from a threat, they save us from the threat, and it's all good. There's a lot of other stuff happens, but that's like the plot that you really need to know.
Parts.
Obviously, go read the fucking book if you haven't, and
so
also go
good.
Listen to our episode on it.
Because we lose our minds.
We do. It's not quite as good as the book is, but that's fine.
Nothing can. It's gorgeous. And then after the events of the first book, it's like 3 weeks.
So the first, this is the thing that I had forgotten, is the entirety of the first book happens in 1 week.
Yeah. Which is a bit insane.
It is a bit insane, and it has been a few. Is it a couple of months, a few weeks? I don't even know.
I thought it
was
not
a
a
long
weeks.
time. It might be a few weeks. I can't remember.
But all
it's
I know
not been
is
a very
that
long time.
The child ages a year.
Yes,
but
he has had his birthday
within the few weeks. It could be not. We don't know.
I think he's had his birthday is basically the thing.
Time has passed.
Yes. He hasn't aged by a full year. He's just turned 11.
He's just aged up.
Yeah. So let me read the blurb here, and then we can
go for it.
So, an alien armada lurks on the edges of Teixcalanli space, poised to strike. No one can communicate with it, stop it, or destroy it, and Fleet Captain 9 Hibiscus is running out of options. So, in a desperate attempt at diplomacy, she sends for envoys. Now, Mahit Dismare and 3 Seagrass, still reeling from their empire's recent unrest, face an impossible task. For what qualifies them to communicate with a hostile alien entity? Their failure would mean millions of deaths and an endless war. Their success might prevent Teixcalan's destruction and allow the Empire to continue its rapacious expansion, or it might lead to something far stranger. So yeah, that's where we
low stakes.
Take off. Right off the bat, it's like, shit is happening.
Shit is going down. There's a threat.
Yeah.
What a first chapter as well. Right into the action. It was really
good.
Truly. Kind of just throws you up. Yeah. But we should probably say what our star ratings are.
Yeah, I gave it 4.5.
3.75.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I feel like that's on par with it was just a little bit lower than the last one. I feel like I rated the last one a 4. So, I'm okay with this.
I gave the first one a 5, definitely. So it was a little bit lower, which makes sense.
But yes, oh gosh, where should we begin with this?
Honestly,
truly, oh my god, I'm so out of practice.
I know, it's been a while.
I was just like,
yeah.
We should probably, why don't we hit straight in with like our favourite part of the book? I think that'll help.
This was something I struggled with.
Okay.
Choosing a favourite part. Because there were a few good moments. But I think I would say my favourite part is sort of the last, like, chunk of the book.
When action really
everything starts to, like, happen.
Yeah.
And basically, there are... We have, like, sort of two parallel things, right? We have Nine Hibiscus, who is fleet captain of this fleet that has been sent to stop the aliens.
Yes.
And her, along with Mahit and Three Seagrass, they are on the edge of Texcalanly space. Actually, I think they're out past Lucelle Station, where the aliens are, and they are trying to communicate with the aliens, right? There were some initial fighting, and then one of Nine Hibiscus's officers reports that they got, like, what they thought was communication. They caught, like, intercepted communication, and so Nine Hibiscus sends back to the Empire for, like, somebody who can translate, and Three Seagrass from the previous book happens to be the one who gets this message and decides to send herself. So that she could use it as an excuse to go and get Mahit and
not do her dishes.
Not do her dishes. And so those two go to this ship. Mahit has her own reasons because things on Lucelle Station are not all sunshine and roses. And they are trying to communicate with these aliens to try and, like, arrange a ceasefire and to try and, you know, enact peace, basically.
Yeah.
And at the same time, our other point of view character, right? Because we have 4 point of view characters. 3 of them are all on that ship. Mahit, Three Seagrass, and Nine Hibiscus are all in the same place. Our 4th point of view character is 8 Antidote. He is 90% clone of the previous Empire, Sixth Direction.
Sixth Direction.
And he is 11 now. He has been given a lot more freedom by recently appointed Emperor 19 Ads.
I love.
That's also an important point of context, of course, is right at the end of the first book, Sixth Direction ritually kills himself and appoints 19 Ads as his successor until 8 Antidote is old enough to take the throne. And 19 Ads is then left with the situation of, like, aliens on the doorstep, shit's going crazy, and your oldest friend has just ritually killed himself and made you emperor. Have fun!
No pressure. Absolutely no pressure. You're promoted.
Yeah. And so 8 Antidote has been allowed to sort of do basically whatever he wants, because this is very much 19 Ads' thing, is she's just like, just go, explore,
go out and do
learn.
Things, and that's how you
learn.
I
am not going to force you to be him. Because that was Sixth Direction's plan, was to implant his imago into this 90% clone of himself and, like, as far as he was concerned, to be functionally immortal. Which is not actually how the imago machines worked, but
oh god, no.
It was politically beneficial for Iskander to let the Emperor think that that's how they worked. So that was so 8 Antidote is, like, dealing with, like, palace intrigue, which is all connected to the war with the aliens. It's not, like, separate. But
it's a kind of, like, bird's eye view of what's going on.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I would say that he's definitely one of my favourite characters in this.
I think he probably was my favourite character. Which is crazy.
But anyway, so there's... When things start to really come to a head, about 100-ish pages from the end of the book, I would say...
ramp up.
There's a plan to give up on communication and just fucking nuke the aliens. Nuke a planet of that the scouts from this fleet had found that was seemingly being used as, like, a base by the aliens. And obviously Mahit and Three Seagrass are like, let's not, but obviously they have no power. And 8 Antidote finds out about this plan and decides to stop it. And there's a brilliant sequence of him, like, going to somebody that he thought was a mentor and finding out that they were okay with the plan, and then going to somebody else that he thought was a mentor and finding out that they're okay with the plan, and then he goes, well, fuck it.
Fuck this.
I have all this access because I'm the 90% clone of the previous emperor and also, like, emperor in waiting. So I'm just going to fucking enact my own orders.
Exactly.
And it's brilliant.
That's
so
also
I think
my favourite part.
I would probably say that's up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Because literally, they get an info stick. I can never pronounce it. Info fiche. And literally just book it to this, one of the pilots. One of my favourite parts was the techie side of it. So it's like the ability that the pilots had to like share cognitive thoughts and such.
Yes.
What is it called? Shard sight.
Yes.
And basically just hijack one of the ships that these little pilots could go on, and then just scream into the void to stop the other infofiche from getting to
because somewhere
Jotlet.
Another shard pilot has those orders and is supposed to be taking them to the fleet, and so Antidote decides that the only way to stop this is to get himself into a shard so that he can like link up to the shard connection thing,
basically
and
the
try
post
and
office
persuade
guy.
try and persuade this other shard pilot not to deliver the orders because like they're not what the Empire should be about, basically. It was a great moment, and at the same time,
such a good sequence.
Nine Hibiscus is like she's dealing with some interfleet politics because we also have another captain of sort of one of the
something Moonrise
groupings within her fleet, 16 Moonrise. I wrote all these names down this time.
God damn it! I wrote so many, but I'd only put Moonrise.
I've even written down the nicknames that we know of as well.
Swarm. Such a good nickname.
We'll get to Swarm, don't you worry.
Oh, yeah.
So 16 Moonrise is an agent of this guy called 11 Laurel, who is an undersecretary in the Ministry of War, and is basically trying to undercut the Minister of War because he doesn't like her because she was appointed recently. And he thought that he should have been appointed. And so he's trying to undercut her and save the Empire by nuking the aliens. And so
because that's how that would work.
He has 16 Moonrise, like, he has instructed her to, like, basically just go for it regardless of what Nine Hibiscus tells her. And so she is, like, edging towards this planet with her fleet. And Nine Hibiscus is, like, basically is going, I don't know what to do, right? Because it's like, technically I should stop her, but also she's kind of doing what I think we should do, but also we don't have orders, and also she's not listening to my orders anyway, and so Nine Hibiscus is like stalling for time, and while she's stalling for time, Antidote is like sprinting along a street somewhere, desperately trying to stop these orders. Good. So I love the like parallel thing that's going on. Which is going on throughout the book, but it really works in that latter chunk.
Oh, big time. It really ramped up the kind of like impending annihilation that was coming around the corner. Like it got very, very tense. And that it worked very well getting the sprinting sequence alongside of like the stress of it was the second in command. I bloody forgot their name. Being down on the planet at the same time
20
as well.
Cicada, also known as
Cicada. Swarm.
Who is unique in that Teixcalanli people are not normally named after animals.
Yes.
It's normally flowers or astronomical concepts, I think is kind of the idea. And so he is a bit weird for having been named after animals.
And is also shaved bald, I think, and that is also quite
yes, he's also part of a specific sort of cult of Teixcalan.
I can't remember. Because it's one of the conjoined planets.
They are the homeostat cult.
Yes.
Which, well, that's a slightly incorrect term. I think the planet is, hang on, I have it somewhere, Neltok.
Neltok.
Which is, they have this like religious practice of like balance in everything, and it was very much liking plants and shit.
It was specifically like one of the last lines in the book when 20 Cicadia is, oh god, where is it? It was specifically so good because it was just like a person who did not want to see waste was devoured by it. when he became part of the hive mind.
Yeah, that's the other thing that for me is balanced against the 8 antidote sprint sequence is 20 Cicada being like, well, the only way for us to properly understand these people is for me to become part of their hive mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because basically they'd found a dead alien just kind of hovering around in space, and so they dissected it, and then one of the lab techs was like cleaning the place, and then noticed it inside the dead alien, and then became consumed by it, killing him immediately. But found that the hive mind was connected by these mushrooms, and so, which leads to the obvious, this is a level of communication, this is how we find peace, is by me becoming part of the hive mind. I'm incredible. A sucker for a hive mind.
Oh yeah, and this is this is one of the themes of this book. Is about personhood, right? And it's actually it's 8 antidote. Watching 8 antidote figure out why they are struggling to communicate with the aliens is brilliant. Because on the Jewel of the World, which is the Teixcalan like home planet, capital planet sort of place, they have the Sunlit, right? Who are
kind of elite guards.
Yeah.
Also kind of like, also the like, I don't want to say military force, but kind of.
They kind of
but
are.
Like the military force of the Crown specifically.
Yes. Yeah. And they are all linked.
Yeah.
We are never given any specifics about how or what, but they are all, they have a hive mind, basically. Yeah. But they are also linked to the city's like AI system. Yeah. Which is how they know where to be and when there's a problem.
Yeah. Because everyone's being watched constantly.
Yeah. So we have that. Yeah. We have the shard pilots with their sort of proto hive mind thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, initially has always just been, they were able to sort of know where each other were so that they didn't crash into each other.
Yeah.
But has very recently been technologically developed to include feeling what each other are feeling.
Which was not the best choice.
No, it's really fucked up, but in an incredible way.
Pilots. Yeah. Because imagine feeling yourself burn to death while watching someone else burn to death.
20 times over as well. Because they're all feeling all of it.
All of it all at once. And
it's, my God, when we say all of them, it's every shard pilot anywhere is feeling what each individual shard pilot feels.
Even people just like moving like the info fiches.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
so it's like
messed up.
There's a whole thing there, and then we have this alien hive mind. But then also we have like a particular focus in Mahit and Three Seagrasses' relationship in this book that isn't really touched on so much in the same way in the first book, is this idea that Mahit, because she is not of Teixcalan, is a barbarian, and therefore not really a person. Yeah. And not really a human. And so the whole theme of this book is all like, how do we decide what a person is? What is the definition of we? Yeah. Exactly. And how you decide what you include and what you exclude.
Exactly.
And it's
so
beautiful.
Good. It's so well explored. From multiple point of views, and it's so. That's why I'm so happy for this book specifically that we spent so much time in Lozelle Station. While it may not have been what I hoped it would have been, seeing that at that location, I think it was so integral to see the kind of place that Mahit comes from. Yes. Especially because there was such the devouring culture of Lozelle Station to Telexican. And seeing that it was not all of them that were so obsessed with Telexican. And that you could... I love the inclusion of like their own literature as well. Perilous Frontier, with Captain Cameron, was such like just a generic name, was fantastic. But it was good to see different Lozelle Station's own culture as well. Yes. In tandem to it.
Yes.
It was quite interesting.
Sort of the politics in Lozelle Station are quite complicated.
Oh god, yeah.
But there's 6 councillors who are the government effectively.
Yes.
And each one represents a different aspect of life on the Cell Station. And one of them, the Councillor for Heritage, who is Aknel Amnardbat.
Oh, yeah.
And she is in charge of the Imago machines.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She is in charge of the system that decides who gets which Imago line and all of this sort of stuff. And she is virulently anti-Teixcalan.
Yeah.
And she has this whole thing about wanting to prevent Teixcalan, as she sees it, contamination of Lascelles culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, at the same time, we have Darj Tarats, who is the councillor for the miners.
Yes.
And he doesn't really like Teixcalan either.
No.
But he wants to use them rather than avoid them entirely. She wants to be like cut off, no contact, because they contaminate everything they touch.
Exactly.
And he wants to manipulate them into doing what he wants them to do.
Yeah.
And I did think that was really interesting. And I liked hang on, I've marked it somewhere. There's a point when Three Seagrass is on the Cell Station and she she finds here we go. She finds like a little market, and the stalls have signs that are written in Teixcalanly.
Yep.
But they're not written right.
Yeah.
Like the grammar isn't right. So it says, one of them says, "Here is porks."
Yeah.
And it's like, I like the idea, which is something that, you know, happens a lot in the real world, of people thinking that they are like adopting part of a culture or expressing part of a culture, or that they have learned how something works and they get it so wildly wrong. And there's that, you know, the old cliche of like a Chinese tattoo.
I was just thinking that. It was like the Chinese tattoo, which actually means soup. But it's something completely different that they thought it was getting. Yeah. But
so I like that sort of idea of like Teixcalan is sort of influencing Lascelles culture, but not very successfully.
Not very successfully.
Certainly not to the extent that Amnard thinks.
No. There was a really fun bit, which I also noted, which Amnard and... Oh god, what's their... I'm looking for their name. Dekakel?
Oh yeah, Dekakel Onchu, who is the...
Onchu.
Councillor for the pilots.
Loved Onchu. Where they were chatting about what Heritage was kind of up to and what they kind of thought. It was just after Mahit leaves, and it's like, what happens when she comes back? And it was basically like, we're going to carve that machine out of her skull, and hopefully, because she'd kind of seen if they hadn't put Xander's Imago in her head, they wouldn't have such like, I want the exact word, I'm trying to do it. Basically the huge like love for Telexican that they currently do. Oh god, there is a word. I've given her another imagery machine instead of Agvans. Perhaps her xenophilic obsession would be, and then a word I can't pronounce, which would have been taken out, but like her huge obsession with Telexican culture. But basically someone needed to be the quote-unquote sacrifice to the planet to get kind of what they wanted. I thought it was such an interesting kind of crossover, because you can kind of see the hatred
very much
for them
being used.
Yeah.
Which you get an inkling of in the first book, but in this book it's laid totally bare. And she realises that she was never meant to succeed in any way, shape, or form. And she was certainly never meant to go back to Lascelles Station. No,
they were just absolutely sacrificing her.
Yeah, they were throwing her to the wolves in the hope that she could just hold off Teixcalan from invading.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even though she did do that, they didn't want her to come back afterwards. They wanted her to stay there.
And very much jumping to the end, but that's kind of what happens, in that she cannot go back.
Yes.
Because I love the ending, but I'm sure we'll get to it. But I was a big fan of where her story ended.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it now if you want. Oh, fuck it. We're on the topic.
Let's do it. Let me pull up my ending notes. The ending was kind of perfect. It does end abruptly, which is one of my qualms with the story.
It does, sort of.
It does, sort of. I think it's because it's the best way, so we didn't really have to go into how the political world would change after because the main threat has concluded. There is now going to be talks between the two cultures.
Yeah, the aliens are not actively attacking anymore. Mm-hmm. They have agreed conditions for a ceasefire. So in that sense, that threat has concluded. I do like that the political machinations are not solved.
Oh no, I love that it's still going to be an ongoing issue.
Yeah, we don't leave this really book with Lascelles Station, free from the clutches of Abnord Bat and Tarats, and we don't leave it with Teixcalan purged of all of the nasties. Yeah, everything is still very really much ambiguous. In flux.
Yeah. And that's what I quite liked about it, because a lot of these characters had really set roles that they were going to go back to, apart from Mahit, because she's completely gone into exile. And I think that was kind of perfect, because she and Xander really wanted to go to a place they felt like home, but both Lascelles Station and Talexican didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
And so she had to find this ambiguous third place for herself. And I think that was the best place for her to shoot off to. And still have that kind of, relationship with Three Seagrass.
Yes,
but, I think... understanding that they needed to kind of have the separation for their own selves.
I'm really glad that it didn't end with them as a couple.
Yeah.
Living together or whatever. Because I think that would have been... it
would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Given the unrest everything else is in.
Yeah. And this is something that I've talked about a lot before, and we'll talk about doubtless in the future. I feel the same way when it comes to the Locked Tomb. Mm-hmm. Right? And I think this is a blueprint for how you can have a relationship between people that does not have to be they are a couple.
Yeah.
And how you can end a book like that and it's okay.
They even had a conversation about it. I invite you back to live with me. I will finally do my dishes, but knowing that it probably wouldn't be for the best, but it was still tempting.
Yeah,
in a kind of way, because you can love someone, but it might not be the right situation for you to be in for either of you. It was kind of gorgeous. It was lovely. I love relationships like that. It didn't have to be the end-all be-all.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, continue.
I was just going to say, I liked the way that interpersonal relationships, in that sense, are very much a focus of this book as well. Mm-hmm. And the idea that having somebody that you are close to is what makes you better, because we see Mahit and Three Seagrass, we see 9 Hibiscus and 20 Cicada.
Yep.
Balancing each other. We see 19 adds
and
slightly. But we see that she is different without 6 direction.
Big time.
And I like that, but we see 16 Moonrise, who does not have a person
that counterbalance
in that way, and
I was gonna
that is part of why.
Yeah.
That's why she's. That's why she's not able to see
time bomb.
It's not. It's why she's not able to understand that communication with the aliens and a peaceful solution is the best option. It's because she has had her life where that's not been an option.
Yeah.
Whereas the others have all had somebody around in their life who has been the person that they talk to, and they understand that having a person that you talk to and talking and communicating is what makes the difference.
Yeah. I was going to say, because one of my notes mainly, because one of our usual questions is what we think of characters, and literally my note is, I love that everyone's in a duo.
Yes.
Of, like, counterbalancing one another.
Yeah.
I think that works so well. Yeah. And even then, 16 Moonrise is in her own kind of duo, but it's a
It's not a
helpful one.
It's not a shared
Laurel
reciprocal
wants her to
thing.
Die.
It's a master and apprentice, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a you are beneath me and I will use you to further my own goals.
And even they realise it at one point, because they have a conversation about their relationship that they have with 11 Laurel, and it's like, are they just sending me to die? And they're using you for their personal gain and how they want this war to progress.
Yeah.
And that is to a full war.
Yeah, I thought
it was just such a good...
It's really... Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you say, Mahit and 3 Seagrass, and then 9 Hibiscus and 20 Cicada, and 8 Antidote and 19 Ads, there's balance. There's back and
shared,
forth.
like, learning of both, and then progression of each other's character, because they want kind of the best for each other.
They are always... Exactly. They're always trying to get the best for and out of each other. And 16 Moonrise doesn't have that.
No.
She is being used the whole time by 11 Laurel. And she knows it, but she doesn't have an alternative.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of why, spoilers, 9 Hibiscus, after 20 Cicada joins the hive mind of the aliens, and stops the attacks, 16 Moonrise's fleet keeps on fucking going towards the planet to bomb them. And 9 Hibiscus realises that the only way to stop that is to request the aliens to take her
kill
out.
Them.
But she hates that she has to make that decision. Yeah. But she realises that it's the only way. It's the only way to save the entire empire. And I like that she takes the consideration of just take out the bridge.
Yeah.
Stop her. Because the rest of the people on that ship are just doing what she has told them to do. But if you stop her, they are free from the obligation to follow orders.
Yeah.
And and you can tell that 9 Hibiscus is sad, not just from the point of view of killing somebody, effectively, but that she sees it as a loss that 16 Moonrise does not get to be anything other than this sacrifice for the Empire.
Yeah, because that's probably all that she'll be remembered for, is killed in action by the impending war. Yeah.
Potentially even worse, she might be remembered as the person who nearly destroyed the Empire. Yeah, exactly. And 11 Laurel is not going to be remembered in that same way.
Nope. And why? Because for most of the book, we were, in 8 Antidotes shows, we were like investigating 8 Laurel a bit, because the Emperor was asking him to, and there was just general questions. But also there was a kind of camaraderie between 8 Laurel and 8 Antidote for a bit. Have I mucked up their numbers? Or
11 Laurel.
8? 11 Laurel. Whoopsie doopsie. But it was how 11 Laurel kind of just was manoeuvring the board a bit was really, really interesting.
I enjoyed the idea that he clearly thought that he was outplaying people.
Yeah.
And 19 Ads had been very aware of it the whole fucking time. And she was letting it play out because it might have turned out beneficial to her. Effectively.
I am so happy we didn't get a point of view from her brilliance.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think I like remaining that kind of enigma that we have from the first book of not really knowing where she stands.
She works best as a character that we don't know the actual internal thoughts of.
Yeah.
Because in the first book, she has to be this, like, advisor to the Emperor. She's always described as wearing, like, all white. She's very closed off and everything.
Yeah.
And she's effectively Mahit's, like, mentor in...
Pretty much,
in navigating the politics of Teixcalan. And in this book, she is mentoring a antidote, sort of, but again, she has to be this sort of untouchable, inscrutable figure. Where you can guess at her motivations, and plenty of people do, and they're probably not wrong, but you don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
Because I found her relationship with a antidote extremely interesting, because I can't remember if it was specifically her that said it to him or someone else, but it was that he was only a 90% clone and that she tried her best to make that happen. That he wasn't a full clone.
I think it was her,
of Sixth Direction. And I'm so intrigued to why, because we never really find out why she kind of didn't make him a full clone. Or did
I don't think we get a specific why.
I don't think we do.
I think the implication, at least the way I read it, was that she loved Sixth Direction.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
Obviously. But she was also always somebody who knew that the Empire had to be more than Sixth Direction.
Oh yeah, it was Empire before a person.
Exactly.
Which was why she was such a good Emperor.
Yeah, that's why he chose her. Is because he realizes that. After he realizes that the Imago Machine is not immortality.
Yeah.
And he immediately is like, well, it has to be 19 ads.
It has to be, yeah.
But I think that's kind of the idea, is that she didn't want Sixth Direction to gain immortality, even if it had been that. Because she knows that what the Empire needs is the change that any new emperor is going to bring.
Exactly.
Because if you have one emperor for too long, it's going to stagnate. And I think she didn't like the idea of a full clone of Sixth Direction, because as well, I guess there's like that takes away agency thing, right? Like, that's her thing in this book. That's what she talks to Antidote about, effectively, is like, I want you to have agency, to be who you want to be.
Exactly. And it was kind of still instilling the kind of idea into them of, what do you want the Empire to be?
Yeah,
at the end all be all. And even at 11 years old, kind of, Antidote was putting the Empire first.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
It's very much like, who do you want to be? But also knowing that one day you will be the Emperor.
Yeah.
So what sort of Emperor do you want to be? What sort of Empire do you want to be the leader of?
Yeah.
Because you can start making those decisions now. And you can start developing now, so that one day you become what you want that to be. And I think she wanted to discourage him from feeling like he had to do what Sixth Direction had wanted.
Yes. Absolutely. There was definitely...
obviously, when it's a clone, it's a bit more complicated, but it's that idea of, like, you don't have to do what your parents want for you in life.
Because I was going to say, there is a definite, like, kind of riff trope of mentorship, or like a son relationship that they'd have. But it's, like, not completely there. It's like a mix of both.
Yeah. She's like
separation.
A wise aunt.
Yeah. She's like your weird aunt you see every couple of weeks. You never know what's going on. Sometimes sometimes she will just show up in your room and tell you, "Hey, can you investigate this guy?" Yeah. Little 11-year-old.
What I did really enjoy as well is that Antidote is asked by her to investigate 11 Laurel.
Yeah.
Is asked by 11 Laurel to investigate 3 Azimuth, who is the Minister of War. And is asked by 3 Azimuth to investigate basically everybody.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have been, requested by multiple people to investigate multiple people, so I kind of have leeway to just do bits of it I want.
Yeah.
Like, that works out quite nicely.
It worked out so well for him. It was like, oh, you just want me to investigate one another? For sure. But you can also kind of see the protection that he was under as well, because once again, there was an attack that could have caused his life. That happened, and the Sunlit were there because she was keeping such close. Because obviously, heir to the throne. But it was interesting that I love that we never see the threat building. It just happens to the heir. You know? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it. I liked it.
I also, sort of on a character level, obviously we get a lot of Takes Kalan characters.
Yes.
And I noticed that we get nicknames for a lot of them, even side characters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we already know 3 Seagrasses Reed.
Yeah.
8 Antidotes Cure, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah. I love the Cure nickname.
19 ads, we don't get a nickname for her.
No.
She has titles,
I think
but
it's
she
because
doesn't get that nickname thing. And I think that goes a long way to making her stand out as different.
I think it's because she doesn't have as much close relationships as everyone else does, because she is that kind of like
the people that you would expect
everyone.
to have that from would be Six Direction.
Yeah.
Or
and
Iskander.
Yeah.
But I mean,
neither of them
you
do.
know, exactly.
She's almost untouchable.
Yeah, and I think that
way.
works really nicely to make her separate a bit. She's not the only one that we don't get a nickname from, but she is the most major character that we have no...
Exactly.
And it makes her... It goes a long way to making her feel almost superhuman.
Yes, exactly. Like almost, superhuman, godlike kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works so well. I didn't think about that. That's a good... I didn't realise. Absolutely.
Just a little observation.
Very nice. Oh my gosh.
Because like we get a nickname for 16 Moonrise. We get a nickname for 11 Laurel. Obviously 3 Seagrass, 8 Antidote, 9 Hibiscus, 20 Cicada. We even get nicknames for some of 9 Hibiscus's bridge crew who show up for like 2 lines.
Yeah.
We don't get a nickname that I found for 3 Azimuth either, which is interesting. The Minister of War.
Oh.
Again, she has like things that people call her, but not like a nickname. And again, that's because she doesn't have people around her who would give her a nickname.
Yeah, because I think there is that kind of, with 3 Azimuth, there is that kind of like callback to the first book where injury is seen as kind of something that isn't recognised. And she's kind of like this, I don't want to say a creature, but also kind of like larger than life figure as well in that kind of room, even if people are trying to like maneuver her, but she's not moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but I know what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of the Takes Kalan naming conventions.
Me too.
I think it's very cool. And the nicknames are great.
As my 18 Hurricane, I'm just a big fan.
I can't even remember what.
50 Constellation.
Oh, of course.
I remember. Mainly because I sound like a jet fighter pilot, but you know. Like I'm born for the skies. But oh no. But yeah. They're definitely larger than life characters, and I'm a really big fan of how characters are built within these books. They're just so well done. Even though I did think that 8 Antidote does sometimes appear a bit older in his head than what he actually is.
Yes,
but then,
although I think that's probably because
okay.
He has had to grow up quite fast.
Very quick. Exactly. So it's like,
I don't even know what else to talk about. I'll tell you what we should talk about is let's talk about 20 Cicada again.
Yes. And oh my gosh, becoming
I love Swarm right off the fucking
big
bat.
fan.
Big fan.
Big.
And I love his relationship with 9 Hibiscus, who he and only he ever calls Mallow.
Yeah. when going to eat that bit of mushroom and become part of the hive mind, calls them mallow one last time, or even when they're in the hive mind, calls them mallow, and it's like, oh, still a bit of your friend in there. Oh, there was a specific line. Wait, where? Let me see if I can find it. You say your thoughts. I'll find this line.
Yeah, I enjoy that sort of relationship in a lot of media where you've got like the person in charge and their second in command and they're close.
Big fan.
And I love that he initially ends up talking to the aliens because they, like you say, they found this dead body that has fungus in it, and he because he's like second in command of the ship, he is on all of the like emergency communication channels, and the lab tech who finds this fungus sends it out on the medical channel, and Swarm reads it and is like, holy fucking shit, and runs to the med lab where the autopsy is, and then puts it into lockdown with him inside. Because he's been exposed, potentially, to this fungus. And so he is the one who goes down to the planet the second time with Mahit and Three Seagrass to talk to the aliens. And then the Emperor calls, well, actually, Antidote calls, to talk to Mahit and Three Seagrass. So they have to go back off the planet, back to the ship, to talk to Antidote. And as a result, he has to be left there talking, or he asks to be left there. He's like, leave me here, I will keep talking to these people.
Yeah. Make them feel like nothing's gone
after
wrong.
that, he goes, okay, so I have a plan, and you're not going to like it, Nine Hibiscus, but I'm going to eat this fungus. Yeah. I'm going to eat this fungus and join their hive mind, and then I can communicate with them. And I grate it, I love it as well, because he's saying that the only way they have to communicate is by like drawing things. And he's like, where is it? They're talking over the radio, and she says, not sabotage then to have that fungus ride along onto our ship. She said, it wasn't quite a question. Not on purpose, no, said 20 Cicada, but nuance entirely escapes me, Mallow. I'm working in rebuses, and they're talking or singing to one another all inside their enormous fungal hive mind. I have an idea. You won't like it. Nine Hibiscus wanted to laugh, to hug him, to have him back on their ship. What is this idea that I won't like? I think I am going to eat this fungus, said her adjutant, her dearest friend, her second in command for more than 20 years. And then I'll be able to talk to them more directly. It was the worst idea Nine Hibiscus had ever heard. But I just love the way he says, I think I'm going to eat the fungus.
I think I'm going to eat it. Just so casual, and yet it's like almost kind of jokey with your pal.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to eat it. But, it's because before... I found the quote, but I'll say it in a minute. Before, because the only way they've been able to communicate is that the alien species do like a big like screech or like guttural kind of like murmuring almost. Yeah. But to everyone that hears it, it makes them feel like they're gonna throw up immensely and have like really bad sickness. Which I love, because I love when sound has effects on the human body. Big fan. I love that type. And then going into the hive mind after they eat it, it was kind of gut-wrenching to watch, because Nine Hibiscus essentially loses their friend, because you can't come out of the hive mind. You can't, like, you're now in it for life, in a way. But it was easier if Nine Hibiscus thought of the static, scattered voice on the other side of the comm, like, down to Paley 2, as someone already a ghost. Yeah. Like, your friend is still alive, but you've lost that half of the duo that we mentioned, like, almost completely. Because they're not them anymore. They are, what is the definition of we? They are now multiple. They are now this entire culture as well. It's almost a kind of foil to Telexican and Lizelle Station. They've been devoured into this other culture as well. It was,
and that's like part of the condition of the ceasefire. Yeah, is like send us
Send us people who you can prove are human.
Send us people from Lascelles Station. Send us people from Takes Clan.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we can...
give us people with, like, humanity, because they specifically call for Mahit and 3 Seagrass.
Yeah.
And I love the spook and her pet, or whatever it's called. Oh my gosh. If I can find it. Yeah.
I also really love the postlude.
Oh yeah.
Right at the end of the book, where we actually get to see 20 Cicada, or what's left of him, in the hive mind, talking to the hive mind.
Yeah. We did not name this body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool because he is teaching this hive mind the concept of like an individual.
Yeah, because they've never been one.
Having a full life. Because as far as the hive mind are concerned, you're like a baby, and then you eat the fungus, and then you're part of the hive mind.
It's almost like a coming of age thing.
Yeah, it is.
Being integrated into the... Yeah.
You're before you eat the fungus, you're not a person.
Yeah.
Right? You're just a baby. You're just
baby.
like a lump. You're just a thing. And then you eat the fungus and you become a person. And 20 Cicada is explaining to them that to humans, you're a person without being connected to every other person.
Yeah.
And they're confused by the concept of language as well.
Yeah.
And I just want to read the last little bit because I think it is really...
Oh, please. It was so pretty.
We did not name this body, the unfamiliar body sings. We were named. We were known. The unfamiliar body sings the inside of a Takes Calanley ship, a scatter of images and warmth. Another body, a commander body, a person not a person in 1,000 memory points, reassembled. We, when we are Takes Calan, are known without singing, Swarm tells the we. We, when we are Takes Calan, are known with language only, and still clearly. There is some disbelief within the reaches of the we. To think language be so transparent as to allow knowing. Language is not so transparent, 20 Cicada thinks out, a long-reaching flicker through all of himself, which is all of the we together, and still himself, ourselves. Language is not so transparent, but we are sometimes known even so, if we are lucky. Slide shimmer query, the endless curiosity and want and reaching that is the we, thinking without language. Show us then. And on Pelawatu, in the desert night, waiting for the shuttle that will take his body to a more hospitable environment, what remains of 20 Cicada settles, cross-legged in the sand, and begins to try. And I just fucking love that.
It's so good.
I love the... Sometimes we are known, even so, if we are lucky. It reminds me of You Can't Take Loved Away.
Yeah.
It's that same sentiment of knowing somebody, being known by somebody in that, like, intimate way.
Yeah.
And I don't mean, intimate in a...
Yeah, like in a personal way.
On like a really deep personal level, knowing somebody, or knowing that somebody else knows you. I see you, Jake Sully.
No, but that's like perfect because it's like I see you, I see your person.
Exactly.
I see your soul, I see your brain,
and the concept of him having joined this hive mind, having given up his individuality, having given up everything, so that he could teach them what being a human is.
Yeah. How would you define we?
Yeah. How do you define I as well?
How do you define I? Because there's just been most of the book is having a conversation of how do you perceive yourself to be? How do you perceive a set of people? But then at the end switching to how do you see yourself?
Yeah.
It was amazing. And
it really brought home the themes that had been throughout the book with the shard pilots, especially of
connected, but also but individual.
Yeah,
at the same time.
The idea that humans are not made to be connected in that way.
No.
We are built in a way that encourages us to use language to connect.
Yeah.
And the shard pilots have a horrible fucking time of it because they are connecting in a way that we're not made to connect. That doesn't work for our brains and our bodies.
Yeah.
And they go through it, those shard pilots.
And, like, even when A Antidote joins, as soon as, like, the message is done, they are like, get me the hell out of here. Because it was so overwhelmingly stimulating.
Yeah.
It just was not made. But it's good that A Antidote was in the situation and seeing what people were impacted and how the Empire was impacting its citizens as well.
Yeah.
It was... It was kind of like, we are doing this almost grotesque thing by making them a we.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's they're, without knowing it, they are imitating what they see as their greatest enemy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly.
Because they think it'll give them an advantage.
Yeah. And
all it does is cause
chaos.
So many people to suffer.
Uh-huh.
It's, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. And I like the way that ties into Mahit and Three Seagrass. And the way that they know each other and themselves well enough to know that a life together is not going to work.
No. But still wanting the best because they can see the other person so clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Even though they were only around for a week. And last week, what the hell?
Yeah.
But like...
And so, like, they agreed, they're staying in touch. It's not like they'll never talk again. They'll send letters and all this sort of stuff, but they agree that being a couple is not what will be right for either of them.
Yeah.
And they do that because they've understood each other better now.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of what they've been through, but it's because they're both now thinking about how we communicate and how we describe what a person counts as. And it's just it's not as good as the first book on a technical level.
On a technical level,
but by God, it's still fucking beautiful.
Oh, it's still a fucking fantastic book. While I did think there was sections like the first couple 100 pages I thought were extremely slow, I still thoroughly enjoyed the time.
Yeah. I was talking to my partner about it when I finished it, and I was saying that I do sort of compare it, not in terms of like the quality, but I think that this is to A Memory Called Empire what Nona the Ninth is to Gideon the Ninth.
That's
totally
such
fucking
a
different.
Good analogy.
Totally
That's
different
good.
focus.
Uh-huh.
Incredible book. But very different.
Very.
And I do deliberately skip Harrow because Harrow is something that is just insane. And
Harrow
neither
is
of these is
an
Harrow.
entity. Harrow is, oh my god.
This is the Nona because this is the one that's about interpersonal relationships.
Yes.
And A Memory Called Empire is the Gideon because it's about the manoeuvring and the
political machinations.
And you do not know what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
Main character, you have been dropped into a world that you thought you knew and you didn't.
And then a boss ass bitch dying. R.I.P.
Are you comparing, spoilers, Gideon impaling herself on a fence to my sweet, sweet boy getting shot?
Tee.
Oh. Per 12 Azalea.
Per 12 Azalea was
per
brought
petal.
up.
He was brought up.
He was brought up once, and I was like, oh my god, MVP.
But what you have to remember, again, is that for them it's been a few weeks. They are still grieving.
Oh yeah.
they don't want to talk about it because it's still too close to home. It's still too raw. But yeah,
a bad bitch was lost in the first book.
You may remember when we talked about A Memory Called Empire, I compared 12 Azalea to Lifeweaver from Overwatch.
Lifeweaver Overwatch, yes.
Right. Overwatch has just had a big update, and one of the new characters, in my head, is kind of how I imagine 19 ads. The new tank, Domino.
Absolutely.
Who's this like fancy lady in all white in one of her skins, and I'm just like, that's 19 ads. But in a slightly different world, because 19 ads would never act like that.
No. This is another really weird comparison. Is there is, well, not a comparison, it's just every time I listen to it, it makes me think about the first book, is that there is a Lady Gaga song called Teeth, where one of the lyrics is, "You've got no direction," and then I just immediately think of Six Directions. It's nothing to do with them. It's absolutely nothing to do with them. I'm like, yeah, you've got no direction, he's fucking dead. And it makes me think about them. I don't know why.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else to say about the book?
Only that Desolation made me think it was Deep Space Nine. That is all.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get more Desolation, but also I think it. I can see why not, because it's not really the point of the books.
Yeah.
It is called the Texcalan duology, after all.
Exactly.
They are meant to be about the Empire, but at the same time, LaSalle Station's a really cool place, and I would like to see it explored.
I would like to see it explored. A little novella. Or not. Maybe it's just an enigma. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah. But, anywho, we should do some book recommendations if there is nothing more we want to talk about.
Yeah. Go for it.
It's fantastic.
If you've got one off the top of your head.
Absolutely. I finished not long before starting this Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, which I've read before and then I reread this year, and because I forgot how fucking good it was. The movie's coming out soon. I'm super excited. I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were doing a movie of it.
Yeah, I Am Ken. Is it Ryan Gosling? Is that his name? Ryan Gosling. I think he's a great choice for the main character, because it's a bit silly and spoilers. It's a first contact movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 with a really cool spider rock thing. Really cool. With aliens
like
look alien.
A new genre of music? Spider rock?
Spider rock. Is that just like Itsy Bitsy Spider but to a heavy beat?
That exists. I guarantee you. That exists
definitely
somewhere.
exists. Oh, definitely. But anyway, the book is mainly following Ryland Grace, who wakes up alone on a ship with 2 dead crewmates. He has absolutely no memory of how he got onto the ship, but he slowly kind of pieces together his own memories, as well as being humanity's last hope on a one-way mission. To like stop this sun-eating organism that is threatening to kind of... It's like space algae, basically, but for the sun. So he has... He light years from home, he is like trying to figure out how to stop the space algae. When he meets other people who are also trying to stop the space algae. It's really fun.
Who doesn't love a bit of space algae?
Honestly.
Bit of spalgy.
Spalgy. Ooh. Ew. It's nasty. But yeah, no, it's really fun. It's like really... It makes a lot of sense, the science in it. But also it's hilarious. So it's a proper good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say this.
Star Wars: The High Republic.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes.
Especially sort of the first. What are they called? Phase. Which is the first 3 adult books plus some YA ones and some junior novelizations, including Light of the Jedi.
Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't remember the word Jedi.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, anyway.
No way.
I know, shocker. And this is great because it's, a different era of Star Wars than the era we're probably all used to. But also, there is very much like a whole bunch of sort of the idea of like an unknown force attacking places and causing destruction, which obviously eventually they do understand, and it's not quite like an alien force in the same way, but it does still have that sort of vibe. And yeah, Light of the Jedi is like one of the best Star Wars books I've ever read.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I fucking love it.
It is fantastic. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, there's a bunch of them, but start with Light of the Jedi. There is a recommended reading order somewhere on the internet, I'm sure. Yeah, I always recommend. It's a fun, good time.
Oh yeah. My other one is a Brandon Sanderson. I've not recommended him in a while. But it's The Sunlit Man, which was one of his secret projects a couple of years ago. Which feels crazy saying. But basically, it follows a character from another one of his books, but it doesn't tell you who it is until the end. But it is a world-hopping fugitive called the Nomad, who basically lands on this planet and realizes, oh shit, my world-hopping ability, I can't get off of it. It's gone, and he basically has to survive on this tiny planet where daylight literally singes the top of the planet and kills everyone it touches. Like, burns them pretty much instantly. So there's moving cities on big wheels. Basically, I'm kind of imagining like a Mad Max situation, where there is an absolute unit of a town just absolutely barreling around this planet. And basically it's the Nomad with people of the land battling this tyrant rebel city. It's basically a really big survival story, but it's got such good relationships in it. It makes me happy.
Nice.
And it connects to something I love, and I was just so excited. It connects to a big one. Or does it? Go read the book, you'll find out.
I will not, but that's fine.
I was saying you, ambiguous you.
You the reader, the listener.
You the reader, you listener.
Can, if you wish to.
How do you define
don't have
you?
Objections to Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, no, fair play. I understand.
I've got 2 others. Have you got?
Oh, I don't have 2 others. Please.
Well, have you got one more? Because I've only done
one more.
Then that's 3 each, so that's fine. I was just...
Oh, stunning. Okay.
I
was like, oh god. yes, go.
Infinity Gate by M.R. Carey. Right? It's like a multiverse. That's the word I was looking for. It's about there's like this organization called the Pan-Dominion, which is like a political alliance thing that is just a bunch of multiverse Earths that have all like come together, and are supposedly, the good guys, and they have encountered this AI threat, as they see it, and are determined to eradicate said threat. But it's maybe not exactly as it seems. And it's very interesting. It's definitely the best like multiverse thing I've seen, because it's something that is easy to be a bit shit with. This was not shit. It is a little bit slow, I found, to get going, but it's definitely worth it once you get through, because it's really interesting. Yeah. And again, has like a lot of military and political like machinations and intrigue and
for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I always love multiverse, though I'm always nervous about it.
Yeah.
Specifically, there's a Blake Crouch multiverse book that does it really well, and there's a TV show. It's fab. But it kind of like fucks with how we view multiverse working. It's quite cool. I'm always a fan of multiverse.
Yeah.
My last one is kind of in a complete opposite direction. Sorry. It's House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. It's a YA, and I know I never read YA, but basically it follows three sisters who, as children, completely vanished for like a month and then were returned to their family. And so they have no idea what happened to them. All they know is they've got an identical scar on their body in the same place. And so years later, the oldest sister disappears again. And so it kind of becomes this kind of hunt for answers with the two younger sisters. It is extremely interesting. That's all I will say. It's very eerie. I quite liked it.
Okay.
And, well, does it have things to do with mushrooms? Who knows?
Who could possibly say?
Who could possibly say if anything happens with mushrooms? Hit me with your last one. Let's do it.
My last one is Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I read it last year. It's like a sci-fi... It's kind of mostly a romance.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all about... There's an empire, the Iskat Empire, which has a number of like vassal planets. And one of these vassal planets, their like crown prince, Prince Tam, has been married into like the royal family of the empire. But then his husband dies, and so he has to get married to like another member of the imperial family to like maintain the treaty between his planet and the empire. And so he's sort of thrown into a new marriage with, I think, his husband's cousin.
Ooh.
Who is, I think his name's Kiem, and he is like the black sheep of the imperial family. He does not behave. He's sort of the one who's always in the news, you know, for being a bit mischievous, sort of the Prince Harry kind of vibe. And then no, sorry, Prince Tam's the one who dies. The husband is Janan. Janan marries Kiem. Tam is the one who dies. Get my names mixed up. Anyway, and then they discovered that Prince Tam was involved in some less good shit and may not have died naturally, as it turns out.
Oh, interesting.
So Kiem and Janan have to prove all of this before the empire like collapses in on itself and ends up like going to war with Janan's planet.
Sick. Okay.
Again, lots of like political stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I love politics in books.
Yeah. I don't know that you would necessarily like that one very much because it is very much a romance. But
is that not the one with the big city on the cover that's like spiraling in the air? Or am I thinking of something else?
There is like a cityscape sort of silhouetted on the cover.
I think I might be thinking of wrong. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds fun though. I like it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Fuck yeah. Alrighty. Well.
Okay.
We have done it. The first episode of Book Club for 2026.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Holy
Jesus.
shit. I know. Well done, us. Next month, we will be reading Audition for the Fox by Martin Cahill? Cahill. Audition for the Fox. It is a short one. It is a short, I think, novella length kind of book. So you can join us for that back here next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is all the news that we have.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And always go back and listen to our 2025 roundup because it was a hoot of an episode.
Yeah.
And if you missed that, we are not continuing with Talking in the Tavern like we were before. We are now doing that seasonally rather than monthly. So
because we've both got more job now.
Yeah.
And less time. More job, less time.
More job, less want.
Yeah.
Job, less want job.
So we don't really have time to be doing monthly Talking in the Taverns, but we will be doing sort of seasonal roundup type things.
Exactly.
So there'll still be plenty of content. Obviously, we're still doing book club, so
evidently.
Yeah.
And we've got good picks coming up, so hopefully next month will be fun and fresh. But anyway, we shall see you then.
Yes, we'll see you next month.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us here at the Tavern. Phoenix, where can our listeners find you outside the podcast?
You can find me at Beans and Fungi on Blue Sky and Instagram. What about you, Eve?
And you can find me under Cozy Crow with an S and not a Z on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky and YouTube.
And of course, make sure that you're following the podcast itself on Instagram at Hearth and Tome Pod, Blue Sky at Hearth and Tome, TikTok at hearth.and.tome, and YouTube at Hearth and Tome Pod to get updates about when episodes come out, as well as behind the scenes bits and bobs. The music used in this episode was Midnight Tale by Kevin MacLeod through Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.